Hello, this is my hardware review of a Fujitsu T732 convertible tablet PC. One thing that I should just point out is I bought this off Newegg in March and I just checked again and it's already out of stock. So this is the i5 3320 model, so you can't actually get it in this configuration anymore, so it looks like Fujitsu have done a really low production run of this particular model or configuration. So I'll go through the port configurations. So on the right side we have the modular bay. So at the moment what I've got in there is the weight saver that comes with the device. So that's just a empty bracket. The other things you can put in there is a second battery, a CD or DVD or Blu-ray drive, or a hard drive. And what I did was I bought a hard drive modular bay kit. One thing you should be aware of is I bought it off Fujitsu America, and the stats page on that says it will take a 9.5mm drive. So what I've got is a 9.5mm drive, so that just fits in there. You just attach that bracket there. Let's put that back in there, so it slips in there. Unfortunately, when you put this drive in, it doesn't actually close flush, so you can actually see there's a little gap there. So it looks like this particular hard drive mounting kit only takes a 7mm drive. So I'm not sure if that's the case for the larger Fujitsu T902, but it's just something to be aware of. So yeah, you can see it's not closed properly, whereas if I take the hard drive out, yeah, you can see it closes completely. So there's a little bracket that clips around the outside as well, so you can slide it in. You actually can force, so with the 9.5mm drive, you actually can kind of force it into the modular bay. It's just, right here, this whole bit there is just quite it's not super strong plastic and it'll flex, and I don't think it's very good for it. So what I'm going to try to do is just maybe cut a small hole there just so the hard drive can just so the casing can close properly. One thing to be aware of is just after I bought it, I found another place that was selling it cheaper in the UK. So buying it from the United States, I had to pay extra shipping and customs, but there's a third party that sells these hard drive mounting kits for substantially cheaper. So I think they sell them for the T902 as well. And then there's on the other part is there's an express card slot. So this isn't on the larger Fujitsu T902, and this was one of the reasons why I got the T732 instead of the 902, is because I want to see if I can plug in a desktop graphics card. So I'll see how that goes. On the front there's a there's a right speaker, and there's also a place to store the stylus. So it's not spring loaded or anything, it just gets held in there by friction. So it's just your standard stylus. There's a button on the back and two little clicky things there. I haven't actually used the stylus much at all. There's a little hook there for tying a cord to a stylus. There's your microphone and headphone ports, your memory card reader, wireless switch. There's your hard drive activity LED, the LED for the second battery if you've got it installed in the modular bay, charging status of the first battery and whether it's plugged in or not, and then there's your power light. There's the other speaker there. And then on the left side there's a USB 3 port, which is also a always on charging port. There's a heatsink output there's a heatsink, and then there's the HDMI, and then there's your power cord. On the front, there's a webcam there, and there's also blue LED for when it turns on. And then on the front, if I put it into tablet mode so I can bring it closer to the screen. So on the front there's a fingerprint reader, but unfortunately I couldn't find any drivers for Windows 8. The vendor that makes this, it seems to have been purchased by another company. I don't know if they're ever going to make Windows 8 drivers, but it's a shame. So yeah, that doesn't work at the moment. And there's just your standard num lock, caps lock, scroll lock lights, a little microphone there. There's your Windows key. Yeah. Volume up, volume down, volume up. There's a orientation lock button, so when you press it, it's got auto rotate off, so when you rotate the screen it doesn't tilt, and if you turn that back on, auto rotate on, tilt the screen, automatically rotates back to normal. And then there's also two buttons that you can configure there, A and B, and then there's the power switch. So yeah, it's not like other tablets where the screen can be removed from the base. It's a, I don't know, I guess that's why they call it a convertible tablet. So it pivots both ways, so it can pivot this way, and there's a little thing to stop it from rotating anymore, so it can only rotate each way once, so it goes the other way as well. Yeah. The only, that's fine. And then what else have I got to say on that pivot? Yeah, and then on the bottom, on the bottom there's your hard drive panel, your memory panel, there's a PCI slot there, and then there's your battery as well. One thing that I think is pretty cool about the battery is it says push there, and then you press it, then there's an LED that lights up and gives you the status of the battery. I think it goes green when it's above, I don't know, 60%, and then it goes orange and then red as you run out. Another cool feature that I think is there's the docking port, and there's a spring-loaded cover, so when you press it, it just opens up. It's pretty flimsy, and I don't think it'll add any real protection to the port, but it's just a cool feature that I noticed that aren't on other business class notebooks. The other thing is there's a fan filter, so it says not to remove that filter when the laptop's on, so I'll just suspend the notebook. So that's suspended now. So what this is it's just it's not really a filter, it's just a little bracket for helping you clean it. So you just lift the clip up there, and yeah, all it is just basically a cover for the hole. I think I'd expect it to be used for something like, you might have a lens cleaning blower, and you just blow it inside there to blow out the fan, blow out the dust. So that's that. Yeah, so I'll put the rest into part 2 for now. Thanks for watching.